Hey guys, all right, so I'm going to teach you guys now how to do solving two-step equations. All right, so first and foremost, I have like a little simple way. I want you guys to create a do-undo chart. So just make like a little T-chart, label this do, and then label this undo, okay? And then ask yourself, what has happened to X? So here we go, we started with X, right? So here's X right here. Okay, look at X. What's happening to X? Well, it used to be alone, and then what I did to it was I divided it by 2. So you see that's been divided by 2, and then you added 5. So how we show that over here in our do-undo chart is this. So we started with X. What happened to X? Well, we divided it by 2. And then after that, we added 5. And then we're going to put a little equal sign and say that equals 11. So do goes down. Okay, now we're going to undo everything that's been done to X, okay, using inverse operations. So we're going to kind of go up this way. Starting at 11, what's the opposite of add 5? Well, the opposite of add is subtract. So the opposite would be, the inverse would be just to subtract 5. What's the opposite of divide by 2? Well, that would be to multiply by 2. Okay, so starting at 11, you're going to 11 subtract 5, and then you're going to multiply by 2. Once you get that answer, you're going to see that X is equal to 12. And you can check that out by saying, okay, well, putting X in for 12, what's 12 divided by 2? Oh, that's 6, and 6 plus 5 equals 11, right? So that's example 1. Pause if you need more time to write this down. All right, now it takes us to example 2. So now that we know about the do-undo chart, we're going to go ahead and set ourselves up, okay? So we have do, and we have undo. Okay, so our job is to look at the X. X used to be alone, okay? But now some things have happened to X, right? So what's happened to X? So we started with X by itself, and then we saw that X is being, when you have a number like 5X, when you have a number next to a letter, that means 5 times X, right? So 5 is being X is being multiplied by 5. So we're going to write that down. The next step is we added 3. Okay, and then we're going to put our equal sign down here. That equals 23. Okay, so now we know what we did. Now we have to undo all of that. So starting at 23, the opposite of add 3 would be subtract 3. The opposite of multiply by 5 would be divide by 5. Okay? So now we're working from the bottom to the top. So 23 minus 3 gives you 20, and 20 divided by 5 gives you 4. So X equals 4. So if I want to check this out. 5 times 4 plus 3 equals 23. Let's check it out to see if it's right, okay? So 5 times 4 is 20, and then 20 plus 3. So does 23 equal 23? Yes, it does. So we know that X being 4 is correct. Okay? Example 3. Don't let this big, decimal-filled example scare you, right? Don't get overwhelmed. Just start your do-undo chart, just like we did. Okay? So make your do and undo chart. So this time we're using B. So you start and you say, ask yourself the question, what is happening to B? Okay? Oh, well, B has been divided by 12.8. So first we're going to put down that we divided B by 12.8. After that, look, if you kind of look to the left here, we added a negative 13. So we're actually going to say that we subtracted 13, and that equals 26. And I got that from right over here. Okay? So now we have to undo everything that's been done. So starting at 26, and you can use your calculator for this. You can even type this in. So you say to yourself, what's the opposite of subtract 13? Add 13. What's the opposite of divide by 12.8? Multiply by 12.8. Okay? So starting at 26, you're going to add 13. You're going to multiply by 12.8. And you're going to find out that B equals a very large number, 499.2. And that is our final answer. All right. Enjoy!